Welcome back. Today I want to talk about my 30-day challenge that I'm going to do of using Fedora Linux 42, specifically the KDE Plasma Edition. Lately I have been having issues with DaVinci Resolve under my Arch-based Linux distributions, and it's mainly due to the Arch user repository sometimes not allowing it to update and it times out, stuff like that. CatchyOS kind of fixes that. So on another drive, I do have CatchyOS installed, but I've been watching this YouTuber, Linux Gaming Life. He's a Fedora user. He's pretty new to Linux. I realized I honestly haven't used Fedora in a very long time. My first experience with Linux in general is back in 2004 with SUSE Professional 9.2, which was a retail copy that I bought actually at an Office Max. And then after that, after about a month of using that, I ended up using Fedora, which at the time in 2004 was still called Fedora Core. You know, I lived on that for probably a long time, but you know, it wasn't until very, very recent that I started using Linux as my daily driver. One of the things that really pushed me to Linux was actually I got into photography. Don't really do photography anymore, but I still have obviously camera gear, lenses, stuff like that. My computer, Windows, had been activated too many times because during that time I kept bloating up Windows with just useless software, and Windows refused to activate. So I was like, well, I guess I have no choice but to start learning open source software. So at that time, you know, gosh, I would say this might have been 2017. I installed Ubuntu and decided to learn Darktable when Darktable was not even at a 1.0 yet, and learn GIMP. Got pretty good at using those two programs. You know, they both are very good. I use GIMP obviously for my thumbnails now. GIMP 3.0 is extremely good, getting much, much better. But currently with Linux right now, the big thing that drove me to just switch to Linux full time was DaVinci Resolve. Now, when I initially switched to Linux for DaVinci Resolve, I was using the free version. It did not have support for using Linux's system audio. So the issue I had with that is I had to buy a Blackmagic design. I bought a HDMI capture card that had a breakout cable for RCA cables for audio, and I was able to get audio using that. But then DaVinci Resolve got updated, I believe maybe in version 15 or 16, to where it would use the system audio on Linux. And then I started, you know, I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and give Linux a try for full-time use, and started editing all my videos here on Linux. And, you know, as you can see here, I've got my episode 3 of Planet Crafter loaded up here. You know, even with me recording, I can play back. Hi. Welcome back. Plays back good. Back to episode 3. 2 separate tracks. I can speed it up for 2 times. I can even do this for 3 times. This seems to be the limit on my video card though. If I go beyond that amount of playback, even in the edit tab, the video kind of stutters a little. You know, DaVinci Resolve is honestly, I like it a lot, and I got honestly irritated with Arch not letting me update it or install it, because you know, you normally with Arch you download the package build and you download the zip file for Resolve. And I just decided, you know what, I have an RDNA3 card. It's a RX 7900 GRE. So I decided, okay, I've been watching this Linux YouTuber that's fairly new on YouTube. His videos are very entertaining, but also informative at the same time. And I just decided, you know, I'm going to try Fedora. And I have a second 500 gig SSD that I decided to install Fedora 42. And I have DaVinci Resolve installed natively with just the Rockham driver that's provided with Fedora that you do have to install yourself, because the Mesa libOpenCL, which is the OpenCL driver for Mesa, that works sometimes, but the Rockham driver is better. The only thing I worried about is having Rockham 3, 6.3 under Fedora. Works fine, but I just kind of decided, maybe I should try a distribution with a little bit of out-of-date Rockham driver as long as it's compatible with my video card, which is also the reason why I have not upgraded to RDNA4 so far. Under Fedora, I really do enjoy it. It's extremely stable, that I've noticed. I am using Flatpaks for certain packages. I do have Chrome installed for managing my YouTube channel, and that is using a Flatpak. And other than that, I've got Steam, OBS installed using the native package in Fedora. I have the OBS VK capture from the Fedora repos. I did enable the non-free repo to get all the media codecs and the hardware encoding inside of OBS Studio, but also in DaVinci Resolve Studio. Specifically, I do have the VA API plugin installed. If I go into here, go to deliver, you can see this is the export of this episode 3. It finished in 13 minutes. The video is 38 minutes long. So, it encoded about 160, 180 frames a second during encode. I am going to possibly just go ahead and document my use of Fedora here on the channel for the next 30 days, maybe with a once a week or more update on my use of it and see how it gets along. Look forward to some future game videos and some future just content creation here on Fedora. If anything goes wrong, I'll either do a community post or an updated video. Let me know in the comments anything you'd like to see, and like, subscribe, comment, share the video, and I'll see you later. Thank you.